Southeast Florida.
Call 855-916-9500 to donate to the Child Cancer Fund.
And you can also text CMG to 707070 to make your contribution today. 8 people dead after a small plane crashed in southwest Alaska. The U.S. military says a Cessna 441 with 8 people on board left Anchorage Thursday afternoon and was headed to a remote military radar site when it crashed near the airstrip. Alaskan Command says all 8 people on board were killed. 2 fishermen have been rescued after they were found floating in a cooler off the coast of Mexico. The Mexican Navy says they found the men Wednesday about 150 miles off the coast, where they had been floating in the Pacific Ocean in a large fishing cooler with no food or water for 5 days. It's not yet clear how the men became stranded. On Wednesday, the president said he plans to meet with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un this year. Trump says he gets along with Kim very well and added that, quote, as long as we have a smart president, he's going to be fine. Meanwhile, North Korea firing about 10 short-range ballistic missiles from the Pyongyang area toward the sea just a day after brushing off a U.S. decision to scale back joint military exercises with South Korea. Ira Spitzer reports that move by the president had been seen as an effort to restart diplomacy with North Korea.
These were short-range ballistic missiles, and while they're certainly provocative and will be condemned by Washington and Seoul, North Korea, of course, has a history of combining military pressure with diplomacy, so this is not at all out of character.
And apparently things got a little ugly yesterday during the joint practice between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Giants.
Giants quarterback Jameis Winston was in the middle of a scrum and took a punch from a Dolphins player per ESPN. Players from both teams were removed from the training complex field after participating in multiple scuffles. Winston and a right tackle, as well as Dolphins offensive tackle Austin Jackson, were among the ejected players, according to ESPN. The 2 teams will tangle again tomorrow in a preseason matchup at Hard Rock Stadium. Karen Curtis, Miami.
WOKV News Time, 9:33.
The 5-day forecast is brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing.
Now, the WOKV First Alert Forecast.
A 7 on the WOKV weather meter as we head through this Care-a-thon day. Mostly to partly sunny skies. The heat continues. Highs reaching the lower to mid-90s. Feels like temperatures 105 plus. A few afternoon thunderstorms we'll track on First Alert Doppler HD. A few lingering isolated showers through sunset, but a lot of drier spots in time for some football plans tonight. But overnight, mild and muggy down to the mid-70s. Saturday and Sunday, low 90s, so slightly cooler. Some afternoon thunderstorms, especially Saturday and into Sunday. Isolated afternoon storms. Monday, Tuesday, isolated afternoon shower and storm. Highs reaching the lower to mid-90s. From the Action News Shack's First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Garrett Biedenball for 104.5 WOKV.
First Alert Traffic from the Strata Air Conditioning and Heating Traffic Center.
Things looking really good right now, both on the East Beltway and the West Beltway. Also 95 northbound out of St. Johns County, full speed all the way through downtown. And also the bridges, they are looking up to speed as well. That's a look at traffic. I'm Paul Cross.
And I'm Chase Bunker here over at the Chick-fil-A on Atlantic and Current right now. We are also taking donations here for the Child Cancer Fund as part of Care-a-thon. So if you need to get some breakfast right now, just stop on by again over at the Chick-fil-A on Atlantic and Kernan. Say hi to us as well. Maybe you can also make a donation as well for a great cause. Any little bit helps. Reporting live from the Chick-fil-A on Atlantic and Kernan, I'm Chase Bunker for 104.5 WOKV.
Both on radio and TV. It's too quiet. Let's hear it. Come on, it's the 2026 Care-a-thon, presented by Duval Asphalt in the Fair and Farrah Performance Studio. 855-916-9500. Let's ring those phones. Dan Araki and Coker Law they are contributing up to $7,500. They will match you until 10 o'clock. So there's about 24 minutes or so. If you call now at 855-916-9500, that $10 you donate right now can become $20, $100 can become $200, up to $7,500. The folks in our data center have told me in the last few minutes that they think we're trending a little behind. We've gotten a little quiet. And that makes me nervous. And because I want to beat last year, I'm a competitive person. Even though we've put so much money in up for kids in our community, sadly the need is so great. And I just would love to know that you can find it in your heart and in your budget right now, more importantly, to squeeze just a little bit and try to help us make up some of the ground that I think we've fallen behind on. 855-916-9500. We say Care-a-thon's a family reunion, and family that goes way back for me. Two family members who are here. One formerly from CMG. I hope I'm still a Bachman's best. John Bachman, who you might remember from CBS 47 and Fox 30. Back for your 12th Care-a-thon, buddy.
Hey, you are the Bachman's best, my friend. I appreciate all that you do. This is such a great organization that you have supported from the get-go, and it's an honor and a thrill to be back with you.
Well, thank you for being back, part of Bachman and Gallner Communications. If you are ever in any communication needs or for marketing purposes, make sure you ring up our buddy John Bachman. Yes, there's your little free plug. That's how I got you. I gave you the free plug. Someone who goes back even further, and someone who I actually watched on TV before I got to know her. Let's hear it for how many time Olympian? How many time Olympic gold medalist? 2 golds and how many overall?
7.
7-time Olympic medalist. Shannon Miller is with us, who is from Jacksonville, and thank you for once again stepping up to be here today, Shannon.
Yeah, absolutely. No place better to be this morning, and just excited to help out and hope that everyone in Jacksonville and anyone who's listening is tuning in to the Care-a-thon and the Child Cancer Fund, because it's so important and so meaningful. Just every moment of every day, someone's going through it.
These kids are going through a fight, but they're still kids, and they're resilient. And Griffin is sitting on Mom's lap right now, and Katie Anderson, he's just being a kid, and yet he's going through it. How old is Griffin now?
He will be turning 4 next month.
Happy birthday early to Griffin. When's your birthday? Do you know your birthday? September?
Do you remember what number?
What number?
Is it the 13th? Yeah, September 13th.
You want to say it? September 13th. He'll be 4 years old. And what was his diagnosis, Katie?
He had Ewing sarcoma in his left humerus, so his left arm.
What is a sarcoma, Ewing sarcoma?
So it's a bone cancer. So it's pretty rare, only about 200 cases diagnosed a year.
Wow.
And so that was what he had.
What were some of his symptoms before you actually got the diagnosis?
He actually had 0 symptoms. It was a total chance. He was playing in the bunk bed. His brother left to go to the bathroom, had been reading him books. He followed him down and fell off the ladder about halfway down. We thought he broke his clavicle. We went in. Hospital was great. They did a full arm series x-ray because he was so little. He was only a year and a half. And they found a tumor the whole length of his upper arm. So it was just like he had spent the whole weekend on the soccer fields, playing with cars, digging in dirt, being a typical toddler. And so we had no symptoms, which I think it does happen for some people, as they get their diagnosis with just totally out of the blue.
Your world just sort of stopped spinning at that
Totally.
point.
I had brought my daughter to the ER with me. I thought it was going to be, here's a fracture, come back tomorrow. My husband was packing. He was leaving for a trip the next morning. He was supposed to be at the airport at 5 a.m. And that was literally the hardest phone call I've ever made in my life, was to call him and tell him he needed to be at the hospital.
When did you first meet the Child Cancer Fund? By the way, Griffin, you work that microphone, buddy. You work that microphone. When did you first meet the Child Cancer Fund?
So I think probably our very first clinic visit. Their first visit was probably about an hour and a half long, with our doctor going through the 5 different chemo drugs he'd be getting and all the side effects that came with us. And the child life specialist took Griffin from the room, and we didn't see him, I think, for about 45 minutes, and he came back loaded with a whole bunch of toys, and I think had met everybody in the clinic. And the child life specialist, I mean, through it all was so important. Just keeping him distracted every time we went to clinic and he had to get accessed with this big giant needle. There'd be like the tray of the needle and the blood vials, everything that he needed. But he didn't see that. He didn't see the nurse walking in with that. He saw Child Life walking in with a big old bag of toys.
Yep.
And that was what kept him distracted through.
And not only is the Child Life Specialist funded completely and in perpetuity through a restricted fund, thanks to the generous donors through the years, but all those toys, all those distraction things, that's what we're asking you to help support when you call 855-916-9500. You literally are helping distract the next kid who goes into treatment. And a $5 or a $10 donation, which is going to be doubled thanks to Coker Law and Dan and Amy Araki. That's good news. It's those things. I mean, how impactful were they for Mom to take away some of the worry even?
I mean, yeah, it was every time he went to clinic, he knew he was going to get a toy. They made it fun. It was never completely fun, because having to go in for a blood transfusion and getting poked every single time you went is never fun. But knowing that there was like something on the other side of it for him was helpful in getting him in the door.
What happened to his arm?
So because of his age and the size of the tumor, he had to have an arm amputation. That was the best way to get rid of the tumor. So he did about 4 months of chemo. We had his arm amputation in Tampa, and then he came back for more chemo. And so we did another few months of chemo. And that was for what our options were. That was going to give him the best outcomes in life. To save his arm, it would have never grown, it would have been fused, and that's not really functional. So we went with the functional option, and that's all he knows. So he rides a bike, he can ride his tricycle, he can climb up the ladder, we have a pool, he can swim all the way across the pool by himself. He's doing all the things you would expect your 3-year-old to do.
Doesn't slow him down.
Doesn't slow him down at all.
And he's wearing a Spidey shirt, so I'm sure he still does.
He loves. Oh yes, he can do. Can you show your Spider-Man moves?
Show everyone
Hit me with a web.
Can you show your spider webs?
Oh,
Oh, we're being shy.
He'll be a little shy. It's everyone that's watching him, but unfortunately, not everyone's on a call. So what's the number?
855-916-9500. They're ringing now, and I tell you, it's amazing. When Katie started talking, the room was quiet. She started talking, and the phones start ringing.
Yep.
That's the power of these stories. There he is. There's
the web.
Oh, there's the spider web.
Yes.
So were you working throughout, or?
I was not working. So I'm a physical therapist. I only work part-time, and I work for a great hospital, and they kept me on. I didn't work too much, just because the way his treatments were, you never knew when you're going to be in the hospital. He was hospitalized every other week for chemo. If he had a fever, he had to go to the hospital. Yes. My husband kept the fort at home. He worked, so we had insurance, and he managed our 3 other kids, making sure everybody still went to soccer and to school and packed lunches. And I kind of took over the whole hospital portion.
Goodness.
And
Yeah.
Were you receiving any financial assistance from Child Cancer Fund?
Yes, they helped with gas gift cards and grocery gift cards, which were immensely helpful, because we went from being at home to driving to Jacksonville 2 to 3 times a week, every week for.
Do you want my cowbell, Griffin? You can ring that. You can ring it. Keep going. Go right ahead.
But yeah,
ring it.
No, helped with paying those gas expenses that we weren't planning on, and paying for groceries when I went from working 2 days a week to not working at all. So my income completely went away for those 9 months, and so it was very helpful to help manage and float all the expenses.
So I want someone listening now, and if you've heard Care-a-thon through the years, or maybe you're thinking, okay, that's great, what they're doing on the radio, awesome. What we're trying to do, and what this whole mission has been about for 12 years, is all about helping you to understand where your money's going. We're hit up in our mailboxes all the time with solicitations, and they're worthwhile causes. I'm not going to diminish any worthwhile cause, but If you are looking for a worthwhile cause that can make an impact today for someone, this is it. And this is as direct as it gets. And it's 855-916-9500. It's as simple as calling and supporting Griffin and supporting other kids who are going through this. Again, it's 855-916-9500. I mean, without the Child Cancer Fund, do you think where you would be?
I mean, I would have a lot more debt. I don't know how clinic visits would have gone. It would have been not nearly as fun. It would have been a lot more traumatizing for him. And the money, it stays here. It stays here in Jacksonville.
Right.
It stays right here at Nemours, and they are able to help us and help other families that are going through this, because there are kids getting diagnosed every week. And unfortunately, we are not alone. There are a lot more families in Jacksonville that are in the same position.
I love that he's exploring the stage.
He's
it's like
branching out.
What space am I going to have up here? That's part of the fun
Yep.
being in the Fair and Fair Performance Studio. You got toys over there. You can go play. Yeah, if you want to go play, go right ahead. So how is he doing today? So he's lost his left arm.
So he's lost his left. Okay,
Go get a mask.
Do it.
Bring it up here.
Absolutely.
Come on.
So yeah, he lost his left arm, but he's doing everything. So far, his scans have been good. We go back next month for his 1.5-year out scans, and no, everything so far has been looking good. So
That's great.
Responded well to treatment, and hasn't had really too many effects.
Iron Man's in the house
Iron
now.
Man. Let's hear it for Iron Man.
There he is.
Look at that. Griffin is our Iron Man. What have you learned about his spirit?
That he's just resilient, and he doesn't take no for an answer. He gets his way. He's,
Bachman's the same way, by the way.
I mean, he definitely runs the show over with his siblings, and I mean, he doesn't give up. He didn't give up through treatment. He went through, I think, probably the hardest thing anybody's ever done, and he did it as a toddler. And I remind him all the time that he's brave and he can do anything, because I think he's already fought the hardest fight of his life, and he did it as a toddler, and I feel like anything from here is going to be easy for him.
Yeah. 855-916-9500. Coker Law stepping up to the plate. Can you match them by donating now? No amount truly is too small. $10 is enough toys for a kid like Griffin to be distracted from all the scary stuff that happens in clinic at Nemours. Shannon Miller is with us, 7-time Olympic medalist. And Shannon, when you went through cancer, it was ovarian cancer, not long after you started the radio show back on WOKV all those years ago. I'm guessing your journey was a little different than Griffin's, right?
I would have loved to have someone distract me from the big needles. That would have been great. Yeah, very different. My son was a year old when I was diagnosed, and so it was a little bit of, a difference, but it's wonderful seeing how he's responding to everything that's been thrown at him at such a young age, and that's what the Child Cancer Fund allows to happen. He can get the medical that he needs, but also get all of the other nurturing that he needs and you need as well.
It just allows kids to be kids, taking away the worry. Sending a kid and the family, actually, in the fall, the Child Cancer Fund supports Camp Augie Creek in Eustis. Oh, Mom's going to be a cow. Okay, great.
Yes.
What can I be, Griffin? Will you get me a mask? What will I be? I wonder. Can you get me a mask?
I got it.
If you want to support a family, you guys get to go. Has he gone to camp yet?
He is not old enough. You have to be 5.
5? Okay,
so once he
coming
turns
soon.
5, yes, we'll be able to, so a little bit, I think another year.
And you'll be able to go as a family in the fall because the Child Cancer Fund will pay to send you there.
Yes.
So it's your generous support to send a kid like Griffin next year. If you'd like to support him, that's a good choice, buddy. 855-916-9500.
That could not be more perfect.
That's awesome.
Rich is now
Well
wearing
done,
the dunce
well
cap.
done, Griffin.
Thank you.
Yeah, that
Thank
deserves
you.
a bell and a
Thank
phone
you.
call, everybody. Call
To
in
what
just for
number?
that. 855-916-9500. And listen, we were talking about budgets earlier, right? We know everything's gone up in costs, but this is the time where you can think, well, you know what? I don't need to go out to lunch on a Thursday this week. I can maybe pack my lunch while I'm at work and, save the $15, $20 for that. what a perfect way to make a small little sacrifice for all these folks who are making much, much bigger sacrifices.
And it will be doubled, whatever that.
There you go.
And it's an investment, too. You're investing in these families and their
Absolutely.
care with that love and encouragement and support. But it does, as Dan Araki said a few minutes ago, it takes money. And it takes that investment for you to make to help these families at 855-916-9500. Bachman, I'm worried that we don't have enough people on the phone. And we've got a 7-time Olympic medalist here.
Mhm.
I feel like we should challenge you. What should Bachman do if we could get a big donation, Shannon? What do you think?
I think for the right donation, a handstand is absolutely important.
A handstand?
Yeah, I mean, as was stated earlier, we're not at Nemours this year, so that could be a problem. But, I mean, listen, I will do anything for these kids. So, if the price is right, I will do a handstand.
We can do a plank.
Oh, gosh.
Okay.
I think I don't know. Which one's worse? They're both bad.
They're both really bad.
They're both
All right,
bad.
how about for $1,000, Bachman will do a plank with Griffin on his back. And then for
In the Ironman.
How long are we talking here?
30 seconds.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
All right.
Maybe a minute.
30 seconds. Let's do
And how
30.
about for a $5,000 donation, John Bachman will do a handstand up against the Care-a-thon wall here at Cox Media Group with Shannon Miller cheering him on.
I love it.
Does
I
that
love
sound
it.
good?
I'll
Somebody.
do the handstand with you. It's all right.
Oh, she'll even do it with you.
That's worth at least $5,000.
Okay. Well, who's going to step
Somebody
up and donate
call
that
in right now.
$5,000?
Let's do this.
I'm looking around the room to see if anyone wants
Oh,
to
I hear a
take
phone
advantage
ringing
of
right
that.
now.
Uh-oh.
Probably one of my buddies right now.
855-916-9500. If you want to see that happen, you need to call now. And even if you can't do the $5,000 to see Bachman's best handstand, $5, seriously, Katie, can make a difference.
Yes, every dollar makes a difference. And so $5, $10, it all helps.
What's the phone number?
It's 855-916-9500.
855-916-9500 for all of our University of Michigan people. I had to go
Yes.
slower for them. You're an Ohio State person, so
Yes.
you said it nice and fast since you're well educated. I'm even wearing my Michigan shoes here.
I saw that.
And you still came up on stage.
We did.
Thank you for that.
No
Thank you
problem.
for sharing your story. Is that a number?
Griffin's got something.
Okay, Shannon, give the number one more time.
All right,
he
number
wants
is
you to read it.
855-916-9500.
855-916-9500. Will you stand next to Mr. John?
Griffin, will you come here and help me
We
out?
have a new total as
You
we
know those
approach the
numbers?
10 o'clock hour. Thanks to Coker Law, Dan and Amy Araki. Let's hear a drum roll, please.
Drum roll.
Where are we
Griffin,
at?
want to help me out read this number? What's the first number right there?
That's one. He's like, I don't know my numbers yet.
Okay, we're still working on numbers. We're still working on numbers. That's okay. I got you, Griffin. Luckily, I think I can handle this one. It's $100,000,273.
$100,000 on the board before 10. More is needed. Your generosity is welcome, and we can't thank you enough. If anyone wants to see Bachman and Shannon Miller do a handstand, donate $5,000 or more right now at 855-916-9500 as the 2026 Care-a-thon presented by Duval Asphalt continues on 104.5 WOKV.
You make sure I always see the daylight.
You know that feeling when you walk into a room and something just clicks? That's what the right lighting does. It illuminates and transforms. At First Coast Lighting, we help you choose the everything you want it to be. Shop local at 10130 Phillips Highway by the Avenues.
This is Jared Sandell with The Friendly Home Buyer, and we buy houses in any condition with no fees, no hassle, and no repairs. We specialize in ugly houses, unwanted rentals, code violations, vacant land, foreclosures, and inherited houses. We'll even pay for probate. Don't want to deal with the hassle of home repairs? No worries. We buy houses as is. Need money right now? We can give you cash ahead of closing. Need to stay in the house for a bit after closing? No problem. Just let us know. We're A+ rated on the Better Business